first.
Mercy.
Mercy from what? What mercy do you need?
From God.
For what? For breaking the first covenant, bro. What was the consequences of breaking the first covenant? Death.
Yeah, cut off relationship.
Who made the first covenant? With who?
God with Israel.
Okay, so what do you need a mercy? What do you need a Messiah from? To be an intermediator to the covenant. Okay, let's go to the. What does a covenant mean?
Well, it's a promise between God and me.
Okay, a covenant is like an agreement. Okay, a promise. I'll loosely use that, but it's an agreement.
No. Because what you're saying is
it's a contract.
Gentile, they have no way in order to obtain.
We'll get to that. Let's build up upon blocks. We'll build to that. Okay. Build into that. We went to John 3:16. I showed you what John 3:16 actually meant. Yeah. You can choose to accept that or not. Now we're going to go to the covenant, and we'll touch on the covenant is going to lead to the Gentiles. Okay. It's going to lead to the Gentiles. Okay. Now we was going into the word covenant. Covenant is an agreement. Okay, right. A contract. Right. But one party breaks the part of their contract, the other party still keeps that. Yeah. In other words, we broke that covenant. The Lord kept his side, which was to still save Israel. Yeah. Okay? Now how did he reestablish that covenant? With the Israelites, not with the whole world. The Lord came back.
Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah. He came back.
Jesus not just came for an Israelite, dude.
Huh? He only came for the Israelites. I'll show you that within the book of Matthew.
I'll show everyone.
He didn't come for everybody. Well, he didn't come for everybody.
How do you explain the book of Will? Paul said.
Okay, we're dealing with the Gentiles again. Okay.
No. He said, although Israelite was cut off from the tree, from the branches.
Yep.
Gentile was able to.
Okay, can you take an apple tree and graft it into an olive tree?
Well, I couldn't. Well, I could. I couldn't. God could do it.
No, it can't be done. You don't graft a different plant from a different crop. Now, really, that's
what Paul said.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what's the scriptures dealing with the Israelites from the Assyrian captivity that went over onto the Americas? How they was gonna come back into the fold? They're the Gentiles, bro. The diaspora. They're the Gentiles. Right, during the time of Alexandria, and that's why I said I was going to build up to it. We are jumping ahead because really you have to understand the multitude of the history. Right, we're not dealing with just Jude. When the Lord came, and remember the Lord said, "What? Go not into the way of the what? The Gentiles, but go rather unto the lost house of Israel." Yeah. Now, when you're going into that time, you're talking about a time when you only had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Yeah. That's the only people that existed there. What about these people here? They're not Gentiles?
This is not true religion.
This is not religion. This is biblical understanding. When the Lord came back, who was there on the scene? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
It was Levi. No, it was just...
The house, okay, history, bro, history. When King Solomon was on the scene, what happened to the 12 tribes?
Scattered.
Okay, they were split up. They weren't scattered yet, they were split up. Okay, you got the house of Israel, a house of Judah. Okay, the time of Assyrians, what happens to the house of Israel? The house of Israel gets destroyed. They get carried away into slavery, into the Assyrians. And they said amidst the Assyrians, after a period of time, let's go into another land, which was known as the land of Ashtoreth, which is the land of America. Okay, let's go into another land. So when the Lord comes back, you've only got 3 tribes, bro. You haven't got the whole 12 tribes of Israel. You got 3 tribes. And amidst those 3 tribes, you're going to where half of them think they're Greeks.
The Bible's not going to tell you everything.
But I'm telling you what it's saying.
Right.
You got a vast majority of the people that are left within the land of Judea now believing they're Greeks. Believing they're Hellenists. Why do they believe they're Greeks? Why do they believe they're Hellenistic? I'm going to pose that question to you. Okay, because during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, okay, which was of the Seleucid land, okay, you know about Alexander, you know about his 4 generals. The 4 generals inherited Alexander's kingdom. They split the kingdom up. The Ptolemies take Egypt. The Seleucid takes Syria and clear Syria and areas alike. If I roughly remember in the history, Antiochus, after being told that if he crosses a particular line out there within Egypt, he's waging war against Rome. He goes and wages war against Jerusalem, and he says, all of you are going to become Hellenists. You're going to call yourself Greeks. You're going to call yourselves heathens. You're not going to circumcise your sons. You're not going to follow the laws, statutes, commandments, and the Most High. You're going to become as what? As heathen men. As Gentiles. That's what he's talking about. That's the mercy that the Lord was talking about. These are the Gentiles. He's talking about the people that were what? that were following Hellenistic customs by way of Antiochus Epiphanes, by way of being carried away into captivity underneath the Assyrians, by way of being scattered pursuant to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter on the 68th verse, 64th verse, okay, by way of being spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, that you can still make, even though I've scattered you amidst these people. Even though you've been called, you haven't circumcised your children because you was following the Greek customs, you're a Gentile, but you're of this nation, man.
Yeah.
You're still an Israelite. That's why he said there is no difference between a Greek and the Israelite, because a Greek and a Jew, because they were all Israelites. The Greeks, okay, which when you go to that word, it actually goes into an individual that had followed Greek customs. Okay, why were they following Greek customs? That's an important question. It's a very important question. They were following Greek customs because a law, like you have a law not to, drive on the other side of the road, or to cross when it's a red light, or to drive across a red. A law was put out that you follow Greek customs. You can't follow Israelite customs anymore. That's why he said there's no difference between a dude that says, look, I'm not going to die for this Israelite thing. I'm going to call myself a Greek and survive. I'm not going to circumcise my children. But he was still an Israelite.
So you're saying the Greek, they didn't know. They were
their descendants didn't know.
Yeah.
But they were still Israelites.
Okay.
Their descendants. Now, the actual Greeks that conquered Israel, they were Edomites. They didn't even deal with the law. Okay. Their thing was to be heathens, because they are heathens. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's explicitly said.
Of course it's not. That's why you have to go deeper into the scriptures. If you're saying there's no difference between a Greek and a Jew, you have to ask yourself: is it saying one, there's no difference between a Greek, as in an Edomite, okay, and a Jew? Of which, remember, when it's saying Jew, it's just only talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It's not even talking about the whole 12 tribes of Israel, bro. Not even all 12. Just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay. Not even all 12.
My question is, how do you know he's the most?
Yeah, his spirit's out, man. Let me read something to you. Hebrews 8:8. For finding fault with them, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant. This is a new covenant you were talking about, with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. That's it. Not the rest of the world. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in that covenant, right? And I regarded them not. For I will make a new, for this covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord, and I'll put my laws into their minds and write them into their hearts, and I'll be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. Nobody else. That's in the New Testament. Hebrews, nobody else. Israel, nobody else.
Only Israel get saved.
I've just read it. Yeah, and you know that's actually a quote.
Yeah. Can you never get to Isaiah?
Huh? No, it's a quote from Ezekiel, the 36th chapter.
But the Gentiles will still be saved by the Lord.
I've just told you who the Gentiles are.
Yeah, still be saved.
I've just told you who the Gentiles are. Who are the Gentiles?
How to put Gentiles?
The Gentiles are Israelites that were following heathen customs. Of course they was going to be saved because they're still Israelites. The promise was to Israel, the whole of Israel. The Gentiles wasn't. It said, "Go not into the ways of the Samaritan, but rather go to the lost 12 tribes of Israel." Why is it saying lost 12 tribes of Israel? Because they were lost because they were following non-Israelite customs.
I can't fight with your opinion, because I believe Gentile and Israelite, they're different people. But I believe
no. Gentile is an all-inclusive term, barring the Jews. Right? These people here were known as Gentiles. Gentile encompasses everybody, a non-Israelite and an Israelite following non-Israelite customs. You have to be more specific.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay.
You have to be more specific. What type of Gentile is the scripture talking about? That's it.
So you're saying
that's
there's
two types of Gentiles.
They don't follow custom. Right?
Yeah. There's two types of Gentiles. There's an Israelite foreigner, okay, No. Two types of Gentiles. Israelite foreigner, a guy that doesn't know he's an Israelite or might know he's an Israelite and he just doesn't want to be. He just doesn't want to follow the customs, or a guy that's of another nation. Two types. A heathen. He's another nation, bro. He's another nation. You got a different spirit. He's got a different spirit. They're Elamites.
That's kind of questionable.
He's an Edomite. Okay, that's Elamite. That's Edom. Okay, that's Edom. That's probably Edomite. Okay, there's different nations within the world, and you try to figure out their characteristics.
I think only God knows the answer.
Well, ultimately, he does. It's true. It's true. He could still be an Israelite. There's still a percentile. There's still a possibility. I can't tell you conclusively. I'm not God.
That's right. Yeah. I'm getting to that.
Yeah. I can't tell you that. You know, if that's what you're getting to, yeah, I agree with you. I can't conclusively tell you. But his behavioral traits is that
he's going to our science right now.
It's not. Those are not. Oh no, it's not a science. We go to the book of Deuteronomy, 7th chapter, on the 6th verse. It says, "Israel, thou art holding people unto the Most High above all people upon the face of the planet." That means they're special. That means that's actually a racist statement there.
But that's not for human to conclude.
Yeah, but God determined it. Yeah, God determined it. Who am I to be above the opinion of the Most High? He made them more special than the rest of the people upon the face of the planet. In fact, the scripture says, Old Testament, New Testament, they are more. We are the salt of the earth. What's salt? Flavor. Okay.
Salt and light.
Yeah. Salt is very important. You can't eat food without salt. We're the salt of the earth. Okay. So when I said you appear like you got the salt. You appear like you got the salt. He looks flavorless. Unfortunately, it might sound offensive, but it's just the truth. When you go out there into America, you see a whole bunch of Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans with a whole deck of flavor. You know, the fashion industry will not survive. will never survive. Thank you. Will never survive if it wasn't for this people, because we bring the flavor in this earth. That's why I said, that person's got flavor. I can see that, and that person doesn't have flavor. It becomes easy to tell after a while.
Are you Israel?
I'm a tribe of Levite.
Oh, you know that?
Well, I don't know if I'm the tribe of Levite indefinitely, but the people around me, they say, look, you kind of behave like what the scripture says about the Levites. So you're probably a Levite. For instance, the people that were scattered out there into Haiti, okay, the Haitians, which is the tribe of Levi. You also had Judah that was mingling with the tribe, with the women within the Haitians, amidst the Haitians. So you're gonna have Judah amidst the Haitians. Oh, what about this tribe here? This whole house of Israel, when they were scattered across the house of Israel, when they all scattered across. Oh, here's the proof they're Israelites. You know, when Columbus went out there into the Americas, he took Hebrew translators. Why did he take Hebrew translators?
Hebrew translators. Why?
Because there was Hebrews there.
A bunch of Indians.
They weren't Indians, they were Hebrews. That's why he needed
Which
Hebrew.
the land of America?
Yeah. This is known history. He needed them Hebrew translators because these people that were living there were Hebrews.
I thought it was just West Indian and North American.
No. This is a house of Judah. That's the line. This is the northern kingdom there. Right? From the Dominican to Mexico. Okay, or from the other way you see from Simeon down to Issachar. That's the house, that's the other house. Okay? But it's the same people. Okay? Very simple to understand. All you gotta do is understand the history. That's all you have to do. Just go into the history, and when you go into the history, pretty much you find all of these things out.
What's that? Is that from Revelation?
That's from the book of Revelations. That's the actual breakdown from the book of Revelations. I bet you they don't teach you that in the church.
Oh, yeah. We do. Revelation? Yeah, we do.
No, not like that. So who's the beast that's spoken about within the book of Revelations?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, but I'm telling you, that image is showing you who the beast is. It's saying you...
Spanish, French.
Okay, it's telling you who the beast is.
Wait, can I take a picture of this?
Of course you can take a picture of it. How are you going to learn? Okay? How are you going to learn if you don't take a picture? Okay, so I'll leave you off with one more scripture.
Where you from, bro?
I'm from
Nationality.
I'm from I was thinking space. Nationality, I'm from Africa, from Zimbabwe. Nationality was. Okay, so let me leave you with one more scripture. Okay, and this is dealing with the history right here. And this is the book of Maccabees. Okay, and this is talking about that same law I was telling you about. Okay, going to prove you all of these things are in history. This is actually happened. You can look at it as secular history and they'll tell you the same thing. You can look at big biblical history and they'll tell you the same thing. So First Maccabees, the first chapter, and this is the 41st verse. It says, moreover, King Antiochus Epiphanes, an actual individual within history, okay, that validates biblical existence. Okay, moreover, the King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Okay, now what kingdom did he have? He had dominion over Israel. He had dominion over Israel. Okay, I believe it was a vassal state to him. Okay, and everyone, that's why it's in the Bible. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the Bible. And everyone should have his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the consent of the king. Yea, many of the Israelites also consented to his religion and sacrificed to idols and profaned the Sabbath. Okay, right? For the king sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of his land. And forbid burnt sacrifices, to drink off and to drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and the festivals, and pollute the sanctuaries of and the holy people, and set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice unclean beasts, which is to make yourself a Gentile. A heathen. In fact, the scripture says, pretty much roughly paraphrasing, I could search it out if you want me to, but if you search the scriptures out, and put heathen man, it tells you pretty much if a dude ain't following the laws and statutes, commandments, regard him as a heathen man, as a Gentile.
Heathen man. Heathen man,
yeah.
Oh, heathen. Okay.
Heathen man, which is what you're calling the heathen. This is what you're calling Gentiles right now. Yeah. You were supposed to regard that person as a heathen man. Be gone. Don't come over here. Okay. This is a set, because they within the custom, within the laws, they certain places, they certain aspects of which a heathen can proximities of which the heathen can't access. Okay. For instance, in the temple, the Holy of Holies, not even regular Israelites could go in there. Only the specific Levitical priests go in there.
So coming back to your question, coming back to your point, you said not all the people can believe in Jesus Christ and obtain.
Oh, they can believe in all they like, but they're not gonna obtain salvation. It won't be to their salvation.
He's gonna be cut off.
Yeah, he is. If he is actually a Moabite, which I believe he is, he's gonna be cut off. He's gonna be or he's gonna go into slavery. But that's what's gonna happen when the Lord comes back. The Lord's not coming back just to hand out peace. What's he making peace with?
Israelite.
Exactly. Why is he making peace with them? Why is there a necessity for peace?
There's a covenant. In the first place.
Closer, because there is a wrath between God and Israel. So you need a peacemaker in between.
That's genius.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Between Israel. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. But that was because Israelites, by way of the first covenant,
so
had
didn't die for it.
No. Well, let me show you basic scripture. Basic scripture. All you have to do is read it. It's the book of Matthew, the first chapter. Book of Matthew is the first chapter. Okay? And the point is
Matthew, what is it?
It's the book of Matthew.
The birth of Jesus?
Yeah, it's basic scripture. I'm gonna show you. Matthew 1:21, and she shall bring forth a son, and they shall call him forbade him Jesus, for he shall save his people for their sins. Who's his people? Israelites. Easy.
Wow, that's too much overarching statement.
That's not overarching statement. Who's Israelites people? Who's his people? If he's born of Judah, who's his people?
Well, I would say
Israel.
All people created from God. His people is
all right. Okay,
all the people
let's flip it. Let's flip it. Look at another way. Okay, you're dealing with the New Testament. Let's go to the Old Testament. Okay, remember I quoted that scripture to you.
Israel, Isaiah.
When we was in the book of Hebrews, the 8th chapter, which that was a nail in the coffin. That was a nail in the coffin. It told you, new covenant is with the house of Israel, nobody else. That was a nail in the coffin. But if you want to go more, we can go more. Because you kind of look like you're trying to, your party you wants to get it, Another part of you is rebelling
Now,
against
my
it.
buddy who
I know, but you have to look, bro. It's like this, okay? You know, you find understanding, okay, and you either gonna captivate towards understanding and go into it hard, or you're gonna resist it on the sake of who you think is your friend. Now, when the time comes and there's no food in these stores, you're gonna find out who your friends are, and it's gonna be people of a like mind, knowing that they're Israelites and knowing that the Lord is coming back to have mercy upon them. And even within that group of people, you're gonna have snakes, man. That's who you're gonna know who your friend is. Okay? So you can think about right now when people got money in their pocket and there's food in their stores, everybody can be friends, everybody can love each other. But look what happened. Look what happens right now when you got when you got a turbulent economy. You got social divide in America, social divide, and that's just minimal. That's minimal. You know, as austerity. That's minimal. Turbulent finance. Minimal. What's gonna happen when all of these people ain't got no money? They're gonna look at they're gonna look at this people like they're the problem, when it's actually their own people that set up this economic system. That's who you're going to know when he's your friend. And you know what? The Bible speaks about that time. Oh, I'm going to get that to you. I'll drop that for a second. This is the book of Jeremiah 30:1. This is a prophecy, right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it is, even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. Jacob's going to be saved out of it. Let's go again into the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter now. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Israel, and yet choose Jacob, and yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers, which is the Israelite foreigners, which we read about within the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the 64th verse, shall cleave unto them, and they shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. So our slave masters is going to be slaves.
I agree with you.
Let's go again. Amos, the 9th chapter. This is the 8th verse. Bro, where do you think Paul was quoting from?
Paul?
Where do you think Paul was quoting from? When Paul was quoting about the Gentiles, where do you think he was quoting from? He was quoting from the Old Testament.
Yeah, of course.
He didn't come up with some new idea. This thing of the Gentiles is actually an Old Testament